Let's get back to risk monitor green. Yeah, right. So this is day one. Risk monitor turned green yesterday. Day 1, 2, 3, 4, and next Monday will be 5. And at the end of the day, Monday, it turns yellow. That's predetermined. Okay. The idea here of the red, green, yellow is to, most of the time we're yellow, right? We get onto a green signal and then the market can run for X amount of months and we're on yellow. To me, yellow means we're managing success. Red means you got to be most defensive, and green means now's the time to take risk. Let's go look at names that might be on the whiteboard today. So Silver Fox, who you all know I have a high degree of respect for when it comes to research. So there's the Micron chart, right? And he was all over this chart right here, and I neglected to take that trade, and I really regretted it. So now it's come right back down. It's broken down. All the moving averages are headed lower. This is not a chart pattern I find attractive, but I respect the research he's doing. So what would be attractive is if we took out the high of this down bar and closed above the 50 and broke this downtrend. I could see putting money to work in Micron if that happens. So that's somewhere in the 84.50 area. If it were to close above 84.50, the high of this bar here is 84.95, somewhere around there. I would put a position on Micron based on that research and just use the low of that bar as my stop. It's either going to work or the thing's going to break back down and we're out. Western Digital. This stock looks unbelievable. What's going on here? Let's take a look at the weekly. That's like a major downtrend breaking. That looks phenomenal, right? There's the pattern. So Western Digital, I could see taking a position in that immediately. I mean, if we go like this and draw the line, look at that. Holy smokes. And you would just use the low really of the 50-day moving average or this big down bar right here. What's that low? 67.83. I don't know why. I need glasses. It's amazing. I turned 50. I need glasses. All right. So the low of that bar would be clearly the stop, and you're buying tight into a base. That looks fantastic. So these are some of the names at the top of my whiteboard. I think probably it's time to own Microsoft again. It just proved itself again. It held the uptrend, and it looks phenomenal. Let's take a look at Facebook. We had these in the portfolio. We sold them. Wow, that thing held up phenomenally well. And so this is why I own QLD. Instead of going out there and trying to pick off these names, I could see myself just doubling my QLD position and having an extra big position in the NASDAQ 100 because it looks to me like the NASDAQ 100 is about to lead the market. And this is one of the things that bears have been complaining about. Oh, geez, NASDAQ 100 underperforming. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. It makes it easier to manage the portfolio. I could put a big position on this asset. It moves twice as much as the triple Qs. So I'll get the same type of performance beta-wise as if I were to buy shares of Microsoft. So for a trader, a swing account, that's where I'm going to go for a swing account. Now, for an investing portfolio, I'm not going to buy this. This is not something I want to invest in. It's a swing idea. So I might be putting Microsoft in the invest portfolio and doubling my QLD position in the swing portfolio. Okay. I still have my eye on steel. I don't really, if we're ever going to buy it, it's here. Ever. If we're ever going to buy it, it's on the 50. I don't believe the story that steel's done. On CNBC, steel, oh, breaking out. It's the greatest thing ever. Then it comes down here. Oh, the story's over. Steel's done. I mean, give me a break. If it breaks below the 50, it'll be over, Same with U.S. Steel. These are phenomenal fundamental stories. And they've come right down to where they should be bought. Now, they're wild and loose patterns, but when they get going, they just go berserk. These are high beta names. So these are the names that are at the top of my whiteboard right now. I wonder, do I want a copper play? I kind of do. I mean, I think tech looks great. Big time downtrends that are being broken. All right, so those are some of the things that are at the top of my whiteboard. Any questions you guys have for me? We can go over them. Otherwise, I'll finish getting my day started. Just those of you who are trading or investing in apps, Digital Turbine delayed their next earnings announcement, and they said it had something to do with an acquisition they made. If that's a good thing, that'll be the first time in my life as a managing money that a delay of an earnings announcement is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So beware. Oh yes, I think you guys were talking about Jets, Jets, Jets. Yeah, Jets looks great. Jets looks great. Economy reopened, Jets. You could easily buy Jets. That chart looks phenomenal right there, right? Tight base. Oh my God, I mean, if it goes below here, it's over. That's a perfect entry point in Jets. And how about, don't forget, we got to find room for U.S. cannabis if it comes out. It's holding 40. The reason I'm focusing on Micron and Western Digital is I really like the story of, I'm really trying to find, oops, you guys aren't looking at it. I'm really trying to find, there's semiconductor stocks. I'm trying to find the part of the semiconductor space that, we have all these shortages and so who's going to benefit the most? I mean, and DRAM pricing is starting to go up. I mean, that's a really interesting story. And we know what happens when DRAM pricing starts to run. So there's some big upside in those names. That story intrigues me. Do I like Marvel? I do. I mean, could certainly be owned. Chart looks great. So, all right, guys, any other questions you got for me? Is that it? We good? We're also, don't forget now, we're at the end of the month, right? And typically precious metals get hit at the end of the month. If they don't get hit at the end of this month, we are, we're on something big, right? You guys have been doing this long enough with me. Every single month at the end of the month, they get hit. So if they don't get hit, that's going to be unreal. But it's part of why I would say, well, maybe I'll shave those positions down so I have a little more capital to own some other names, as I want more positions in the portfolio if we get this risk on green signal and it takes off. All right, those are my thoughts. I hope you guys find them helpful.